have you ever felt like you're just constantly racing the clock, trying to pump out fresh, on-brand visuals for your marketing campaigns? Well, today we're going to dive into a guide for a tool that might just change the entire game. It's an AI called Nano Banana Pro. And we're going to break down what it is, how it actually understands your brand, and most importantly, how you can use it to create amazing stuff in a fraction of the time.
Okay, if you're a marketer, a creator, or really anyone who makes stuff for a living, I'm guessing this slide, well, it probably hits a little too close to home, right? That whole cycle of briefing an agency, waiting, revising, waiting some more, all while the costs are creeping up and the deadlines are screaming at you, it is a familiar and frankly exhausting struggle.
And this right here, this visualizes the massive leap we're talking about. On the left, you've got the old way, that slow, expensive, inflexible crawl. And on the right, that's the new way. It's fast, it's affordable, it's incredibly adaptable. We're literally moving from a process that takes weeks to one that can take just minutes. It's a total transformation. So here's our game plan. We'll start by really digging into how this AI can understand your brand so well. Then, we're going to get super practical and look at the exact blueprint for commanding it, the prompt. After that, we'll explore some game-changing new marketing strategies this unlocks. And finally, we'll wrap up with what this all means for you.
All right, let's meet the star of the show. What is it that makes Nano Banana Pro so different from all the other AI image tools you've probably seen or played with? Honestly, it really just comes down to one critical thing: understanding.
So, under the hood, Nano Banana Pro is built on Google's super powerful Gemini 3 Pro model. But the magic word on this slide is reasoning. This isn't just an AI that's playing a keyword matching game. No, this thing is designed to understand context, to follow your brand rules with military precision, and to apply actual logic. Think of it less like a digital paintbrush and more like a creative partner that actually gets it. First up, and this is a big one for anyone who's ever used AI image generators, flawless text. Yes, the days of that weird, mangled, gibberish text are finally over. This model can produce super crisp, perfectly legible text, which means you can create a finished ad, headline, call to action, the whole thing, all in one single prompt. Next up is the context window. And this is an absolute game changer for keeping your brand consistent. You can literally upload your brand style guide, your logos, your exact color palettes, photos of your product, and the AI learns it. This is what solves that crazy AI hallucination problem, where your product suddenly shows up in the wrong color. And we're not talking about a small window here. We're talking 14. You can feed it up to 14 different reference images to guide its creations. 14. That's not just a couple of examples. That's like giving it a whole library of your brand's visual DNA to work with. This third feature is super cool. It's called grounding with Google Search. It basically connects the AI's creative brain to real-world facts from the internet. So, if you ask it for an infographic about, say, recent market trends, it won't just make up some squiggly lines. It'll pull real data to create a chart that's actually, correct. And finally, and this is huge for anyone trying to tell a story with their brand, character consistency. You can design a mascot or a virtual influencer, and the AI will keep them looking exactly the same across tons of different images and scenes. This is absolutely essential for building out campaigns or creating storyboards. All right, so we've seen what this thing can do, which is pretty amazing, but the big question is, how do you actually make it happen? Well, the secret to unlocking all this power is in the prompt. It's the blueprint you give the AI to guide it.
And it's not as complicated as you might think. There's a really simple 4-part structure. First, you tell the AI its job, its role. Second, you define the brand identity it needs to stick to. Third, you make your specific creative request. And fourth, you tell it what not to do, the negative prompts. It's a clear formula for getting exactly what you want.
Let's make this real with an example. You can see right here for this fictional coffee brand, Java Zen, how each part of that blueprint gets filled out. You've got the brand name, the exact hex code for the main color, the subject. It's just a simple, repeatable recipe to get on-brand results every single time. Okay, want to take your results from good to absolutely amazing? Here are 3 little pro tips. First, to get your brand colors perfect, tell the AI to prioritize the hex code over the lighting in the scene. Second, for super sharp text, put your words in quotes or use the keyword vector overlay. And third, if you create an image you love, you can actually use it as a style guide for future images. Okay, so we've got the tool, we've got the blueprint for the prompts. Now what can we actually do with it?
let's get into 3 really powerful strategies that basically form a whole new marketing playbook you can start using today. First up, hyper-localized ad campaigns at a global scale. Just imagine this. You create one killer master ad. Then, with just a few tweaks, you can automatically generate versions for dozens of different markets, each with translated text and culturally relevant scenery. It's global reach, but with a truly local touch. Second, get ready to completely revolutionize your A/B testing. Instead of doing expensive, time-consuming reshoots, you can use something called semantic editing. It sounds fancy, but it just means you tell the AI what to change in plain English and boom, it generates a new version instantly.
For example, you could take your base image and just type, "Change the model's shirt to blue and the background to a sunny park." It's literally that simple.
Need another variation to test against? Easy. Just tweak the prompt. Okay, now change the model's shirt to red and the background to a cozy coffee shop. You can create dozens of these high-quality variations for pennies, letting you test at a scale that was just impossible before.
And the third strategy, this one feels like magic for anyone with a physical product. It's the virtual photo shoot. You just take a basic shot of your product on a white background, and then use the AI to place it into any scene you can imagine. It will automatically handle all the lighting and shadows to make it look real. Studio-quality shots without the studio.
So, we've covered a ton of ground here. The features, the prompts, these new strategies. But what does it all really boil down to? What's the big takeaway for you and the way you work?
It all comes down to this one powerful idea. We are shrinking the timeline from a complex, creative idea to a polished, ready-to-go asset down to seconds. That long, winding road is now a direct flight. This isn't just a small improvement. It is a fundamental acceleration of the entire creative process.
Look, this is way more than just a new piece of software. It's a whole new way of working, a new creative workflow. It's going to force us all to rethink our strategies around speed, testing, and personalization. The tools are here, so the only real question left is, are you ready for it?